This is season 2, episode 39 of SportSense. Tonight, we're going to kind of skim over a bunch of different topics that are going on right now. A little bit of NBA and NHL update. Then there are a lot of viral things with the NFL going on. So get ready to dive in for a mini episode with us for 10 or 15 minutes here. Let's get into it.
It's time to get some sports sense. You're gonna get some sports sense. You better get ready for sports sense. Sports sense.
Hey, Dad, how's it going?
Good, Coop. So I'm excited for you that you're on the West Coast. And I had that thought, you're going to be on the West Coast, literally in the ocean, Pacific Ocean. And within a few short days, you'll be back here with us in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, coast to
Pretty
coast.
crazy, huh? Yeah.
Now it rhymes.
Not everybody gets to do that.
Right. That's true. It's incredibly lucky. And of course, since I'm using all my vacation time, like in these like 2 or 3 weeks right here, I'm going to be, slaving away for about a year after that. So until the next one. But no, this is incredible. Best time of year. And so, yeah, if my audio sounds a little different to you guys, it's because I'm on my little mini mic here in the hotel of, we're close to Dana Point, California, and it's beautiful out here right now. So because of that, I'm on vacation. Dad's busy. We're going to do kind of a mini episode tonight. I know we always say that, but really we are this time.
We're going to do it. We're going to prove it. And I told your mom that. She goes, 10 minutes? And I know she's thinking, oh my gosh, they'll never do it.
Well, we're just going to, I just want to make everybody aware of what's going on about a few things so that when you see stuff online, as usual, you know what's going on. But Dad, I know you had a little bit of a appetizer you were going to give us to start us off.
Just a little follow-up. You know how we hyped up and got all excited about the Kentucky Derby, right?
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
And
Golden trainer
Tempo
ever to win.
Came all the way back from behind and won, right?
It's so amazing. So here's what I'm going to say to you. Everybody gets psyched. The super, super, super casual horse fan gets psyched for the run at the Triple Crown, right? Right,
A chance to win all
you got a chance.
major
Kentucky,
races, right?
Preakness, and Belmont Stakes. Those are the three. And
Okay.
they go in that order. They're not week to week. I forget. There's 2-3 weeks in between each one. Bottom line is, yes, you had the winner of Kentucky Derby. For whatever reason, the owner decided not to run their horse in the Preakness.
What? Really?
So here's what I was saying to you about media, right? I mean, if you go, once that happened and you do a search on ESPN, let's just go there, ESPN, try to search, especially right afterwards, anything about the Preakness. There's about nothing. There's hardly anything. There's stuff on CBS Sports because CBS carried the race. But other than that, I couldn't even find the winner on ESPN initially who won the Preakness. Because what I'm saying to you is, once the horse does not, it's one of two things. Once either they don't enter the second race or they lose the second race, all interest falls away.
Wow. Okay.
So if you get a horse that wins the Kentucky Derby and they enter the second race, Preakness, and they win the Preakness, oh man, you got hype. It's in the media everywhere, sports media, right?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's the ultimate go from 100 to 0 to 100 to crickets as soon as that horse is not entered in this case.
So instead
just
of
so
being
you know,
excited,
nobody cares.
Instead of being excited for any other horse or racer, it's just, Golden Tempo's not in it. We don't care.
So isn't that kind of fascinating? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fascinating. Anyway,
Well,
Napoleon Solo won the Preakness, but I got no idea how the race was won. It was hardly shown. I had to dig deep just to find about Napoleon Solo. So the next race will be.
So does it take away from people's money then who are involved, like by taking Golden Tempo out? I guess what I'm saying is, were people mad that they took?
No, I don't know.
I
think you're surprised. I'm sure the professional betting world. Yes, I would say for the casual bettor on those,
there has to be less money in it than usual.
Yes, yeah. In terms of the betting,
yeah.
But that's all I know. I just want to bring that to you. No big deal. Don't want to beat it like a dead horse. That terrible pun.
Okay.
But
all right.
just in your mind, you know how you talk about media all the time. It's fascinating. Literally, when they pull that horse, poof, it was the interest was, I couldn't hardly find anything on it. All right. So that's one. Second, that kind of quietly passed through in your eyes, I had my eye on it, was the PGA, the second golf major of the year, the PGA tournament, which was in Pennsylvania.
The PGA championship, right? That's what's special
PGA
about
championship. It? Yeah. So it's which makes it special is you have teaching PGA pros, and so what makes it special is some of those guys who are not touring pros. They're PGA pros at professional golf courses where they're teaching pros. They always get an invite. I forget how they get invited, but there's 16 to 18 that get invited. So that's really cool. And what's really cool, this was an old course outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And all of a sudden, I can't even remember. I practiced how to pronounce it because it's I think it's a Native American name. It's really a cool name. But anyway, old course. Some of the, I think, players complained about it a little bit.
Wait, are you going to pronounce it for us?
No, I got to go in there and find it. Yeah, it's Winna.
So you practiced, but you didn't.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Never got it down.
Now I can't remember the name. If I see it, hang on, let me look it up. Winnemucca. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that. Yeah, that's from old Johnny Cash song. Here, I'll tell you because I learned how to say it.
All right.
I listened to it so many times. PGA Championship. Okay, it was
and
held
you were telling. Well,
all right,
go ahead.
Aronimink.
Okay.
Aronimink. Aronimink Golf Club.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And but anyway. But you were telling me, before we started, that it wasn't a big deal who won. It was just kind of a relative no name, right?
Well, he's not really. Boy, he'd be offended. He ranks in the top of the world. His name's Aaron Rai. R-A-I. I had to go back and listen to how they say that. Aaron
When I say relative, of course, I mean like the people who only know Tiger Woods.
So John Rahm came in second, right? John Rahm tied for second with Smalley. Okay. So Rahm's a big name. The next tied for fourth with Aberg. Again, Justin Thomas, another American tied for fourth. So we had, and McIlroy was not too far away. And there are some big names close. But the American big name golfers did not come through. Even
like
Scheffler,
was Tiger playing or no?
Tiger basically in jail. Tiger's done. Okay. He'll never play.
Well, because I know he skipped the last major, but
he got arrested.
Kind of
Remember, he got arrested with all his pill problems.
I thought he just turned himself into rehab or something.
No, well, he did that because he's driving under the influence and he rolled his car and knocked the truck over, hit somebody else. I mean, we don't even talk his name right now. Scheffler's the one that I think, everybody was hoping for. He was -2 and the winner was -9.
He's the one he's really likable. He got arrested, quote unquote, like a year ago, right? But it was kind of a misunderstanding.
It was 2 years ago. It was a major misunderstanding. It was a real screw up at the local police. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. So those are my two snippets, just to say big things that passed, but one that could have been big, but went up in smoke. Poof. It was the horse race. Okay.
Dang,
so those are my couple fun facts of little things.
Those are some fun tidbits. Okay.
All right.
Well,
now you can hit on your other couple major sports.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with NHL and NBA, it's just that we're in round 2 of the NBA playoffs and we're going into round 3 of the NHL playoffs. Am I wrong there?
No, you're right.
That's right. Okay, and then the one thing on that is that so round 3, by the way, of NHL is I call it the semifinals. I think it's technically like the conference champions
conference
or whatever. It's like East and West. It's going to determine. Basically, there's 4 teams left, and they're going to determine the final 2, who are the champions of their conference, and then they're going to battle it out in round 4, which is the Stanley Cup championship.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at. I got to tell you something. I didn't know. I was going to send it to you. Where is it? Dang it.
Well, it sounds like you up in arms about something?
I'm up in arms because you know how I made my picks for the back. We made our picks.
The beginning of season 2 of SportSense.
And I did 2 of them, right? And then you only allowed 1, just so you know. But listen to this. The one that's not on our website, my second, now I did pick the Knights to win it. I rank 168. I'm at 99.9%.
Oh, you're talking about the NHL
NHL.
Bracket. You're in the 99.9.
Not in our group, because you didn't let me have 2. I had 1.
Oh, yeah.
In our group, I'm at 76,000. I'm at 69%. But I want you to know,
Whoa.
I don't know if you can see it. I was going to send it to you. I'm at 99.9% with
So,
168. I'm 168 ranked, not 168,000.
like, you're in
168 ranked.
168th place in the world.
Yes.
That's so
Yes.
cool.
99.
That's so
I'll
cool.
send you the text so you can have
Okay.
those.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, you topped me because the highest I got last week was like 300 something place.
Yeah.
And it's best I can figure, best I can tell, there's like, we're in the hundreds of thousands of participants
Right.
versus
Right.
like March
25,
Madness, which
30
has like
million. Right.
millions of participants. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
but
Anyway, that was
anyways, yeah,
fun.
pretty
I
cool.
just thought I had to tell you that. I mean, I'm stuck on ours, it looks like, but I at least have that. All right. So, that's what I was looking at. I'm sorry. I was looking at our bracket for that so we can know who we,
Yeah,
who
I
we
just tried
got.
to look and my Wi-Fi is like not working on my phone for some reason. But
Okay, well,
anyways,
hang on.
I
So,
did get your text though. Yeah,
yeah, we had
wow.
to go
And
back.
that's the one. Yeah, because
I might
Vegas is
win
still in it, so
something.
you
Who
do have a
knows? You never know.
chance to go all the way.
I
But
might
we're
win
hoping
something.
Vegas doesn't win, right?
Right. Yes.
By the way, for the people who are curious who those final 4 teams in NHL playoffs are, it is the Vegas Golden Knights against the Colorado Avalanche in the West. And then in the East, it's Carolina Hurricanes, our Carolina Hurricanes,
Yep.
against the Montreal Canadiens, who we talked about last week. They're called the Habs for short. If you hear people talking about the Habs, that's what that's about.
Sounds good.
So
Yeah.
anyways,
So,
yeah, who's your, if you had to, yeah, if you, seeing how it's all played out so far, who do you see going all the way right now
oh my gosh.
in
In the hockey, before
Yeah.
we go to the NBA hockey.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I mean, I really do believe the Canes will make it to the finals.
Yeah.
I think they'll beat Montreal. I really do. I don't think
so too.
I think they're strong. And then after that, it's a toss up. I still say it's the Canes. I really do. I
Yeah.
think this is their year.
I think this is it. Yeah, 20-year
really do.
anniversary of their first championship would be a nice number.
I just think I think they're
land it.
healthy. I think they got it. So we'll see. But that's why you're glad to play a 7-game, because if you're the best team, best coach, you should win in 7-game series. You should be able. That should bear out. So
I meant to ask you that well, okay, we'll do that another time. But be thinking about it for next episode as we finish off NHL and NBA. I want to know your feelings on, is best of 7 too much? So anyways, think about that. You don't have to answer it right now. But
all right.
To me, it feels like too much. I feel like it should be best of 5, but I get, money-making opportunities and that kind of thing. Okay. So let's talk
Quick
NBA. You told
Yeah.
me about a crazy thing leading into this round 2 of NBA. So what happened there?
So now, I mean, we're down to like hockey. We're like the hockey. So there's well, a little bit more. We've got the East and the West playing each other, right? I mean, playing East to East, West to West to determine who's going to be in the finals. So to me, it is absolutely on the West the best 2 teams. OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
OKC,
right. Oklahoma.
Yeah. City Thunder
Against the San Antonio Spurs, right?
Okay.
And Wemby. Remember we talked about Wembanyama.
Yeah,
they always try to say
7'4".
Yeah, but apparently,
no,
he was 7'4". Everybody said, but now he's 7'5". He's getting better and getting taller, but he's 7'5". Everything I hear now, but now there's no doubt they're saying he's killing it. He's the best player in the world now.
For those who don't know, he's the star of the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes, and they brought him along. He's 22 years old. And remember, the 3 top stars are age 20, 21, and 22. So they have got a nucleus.
For a dynasty.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And we talked about dynasties. Remember, we brought them up briefly for the possible future. But Wembanyama, they brought him along really carefully for 3 years. He's from France, but because of his size and shape, I mean, he is fanatical about taking care of his toes, his feet, because big men, this is where they usually break down. Bill Walton in his era, any of the really, really big men have problems with their feet, it seems like, more than anything. But anyway, he's taking great care of it. And they brought him along slowly about how much they would use him each game for the first 3 years. And he's been getting stronger and better. But he takes incredible care of him. Anyway, so they played OKC at OKC last night, right? So OKC's the home, has the top seed. And it went to double overtime, and the Spurs won 122-115 at OKC. And it's when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also got his MVP of the league award. So, it's all hyped up. They're all
Oh,
hyped up.
wow.
And
And he's the
double
star of
overtime.
Oklahoma City.
Right. Double overtime. And Wemby, here's the killer. He had like 41 points, 24 rebounds, and 6 block shots, and a certain amount of assists. I mean,
Wow.
he just they're unstoppable. So,
Yeah.
but I think this thing could be a 7-game series. Maybe it might still only be 6. But I think the Spurs are about a year or two ahead of even where everybody thought they would be, because they're already knocking on the door of a championship. Because
Okay.
I personally think this is I'd be real shocked. This is the championship, because I think the winner of the other two, the winners of the other two is going to be the Knicks versus the Cavaliers. They play tonight. The Knicks
Yeah.
and the Cavs. Cavs are kind of a surprise. They beat the Pistons. They crushed the Pistons in their last, game to get into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
They beat them by like 30 points, 31 points.
Wait, so there's
But
no
I
way
don't
this
think
was...
so it's going to be Cavaliers and the Knicks. But what the great story is, the Knicks have not been relevant. They were like one of the original franchises. They haven't been relevant in forever.
Right, yeah.
So I think they're going to beat Cavaliers. I really do. They have their first game tonight, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, today at 8 o'clock. So Cavaliers at the Knicks. I think the Knicks are going to win that. But I really believe it doesn't matter which one of those wins. I believe whoever wins the Spurs Thunder is going to win the whole thing.
Go all the way, yeah.
So it is very interesting this year. The NBA is slowly, now this gets my attention. I'll at least sneak a peek. I won't really watch the whole game, but I'll catch highlights. I'll check scores, because I'm really interested in Wembanyama and the Spurs. I had told you before, years ago, I used to love the Spurs. That's the one, the Utah
Really?
Jazz and the Spurs. Well, yeah, but only because they didn't. I like the coach. They played kind of old-fashioned, and they had guys that I love. Tim Duncan, who played at Wake Forest. They had the Admiral, who was a Navy man. Literally, that's why they called him the Admiral. These are two former centers in which, when they won world championships, they played kind of traditional, I'd call true team ball. You're right. No whine and crying superstar. They always had that.
Okay.
The front office, the ownership, and the coach always had that ability to have those kind of players, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have players that had problems outside. So I've always liked the Spurs for that reason.
Okay.
And they just
They're
didn't
honorable.
Yeah. So anyway, and the Thunder are kind of a new breed. Now the Thunder, everybody complains, is not pretty to watch. Apparently, their defense, and they're ugly in that sense. But the Spurs with Wembanyama, it's a freak show watching that. I love watching the highlights of that. It's so funny to see him, what he does. He's amazing. So anyway, what I'm saying is, I think the NBA has a really good setup this year for their conference finals, and then the NBA championship. I think they'll get some real attention. And that Spurs Thunder, I think they'll probably set records for conference TV. I bet you, because it's great. Anyway, so that's it. I want to get everybody kind of caught up on the NBA and how they feel about it and what's happening.
The Knicks. Let's talk about them when the championship comes closer, if they are going to be the ones to go in, because I don't know anything about them, but it is one of those teams that I feel like either all of a sudden all these closeted fans are starting to have pride again and come out of the and starting to get more vocal about it, or a bunch of bandwagoners are coming out of the woodwork. But I've seen a lot more Knicks content than ever before in the past few months. Like celebrities going to games and making a big
they've always
been.
They have always had. Always had, because it's at the Madison Square Garden, the most famous basketball venue there is in New York City. All those things. And yes, it's a bygone era in which they were relevant, but they've always had big
it's still
stars,
New York,
star-studded. Oh yeah, it's always, and tickets are impossible to get. Just so you know, we're almost at 20 minutes. So we did not accomplish it, but we're close if we cut it off now.
I will say we've covered a lot of ground. Let me just say one thing, because I think this is the most viral thing that happened this week, which is that the NFL teams started to release their schedule release videos. And I don't know if they have a due date that the higher ups of the NFL give them, but it seems like they all kind of hit at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's once they receive their full schedule, I think everybody's kind of prepared and they start putting it out.
Yeah. Some of them, they take some time though. So the one that Chris sent, this is a little mailed bag segment. Chris sent us the Charger schedule release video, which was a spoof of the Halo video game, which I know you haven't seen that in your house for a while, Dad, but people still play that. And But yeah, more interesting than the Halo stuff was like all the Easter eggs. And I guess a lot of like the best marketing teams in the NFL do this, but it seems like San Diego Chargers do the
LA
best a lot of
Chargers
times.
now, right? LA
Oh,
Chargers
LA. I'm
now.
sorry, LA. San Diego on the brain over here.
That's
um,
right.
but anyways, so what makes their videos so compelling to the fans is that they have all sorts of inside jokes, basically. So one of them, I think, announcing the schedule, like the date that the Chargers were going to play the Jets, was they had just a little sign in the video hiding that said "record one interception." And it was basically taunting the Jets because apparently they didn't record a single interception last year, or they.
That's correct. They
Oh,
broke a
okay.
record. They didn't have one interception last year, which seems
Yeah,
impossible. But anyway,
it's it
we touched
does in
base
a
on that
season.
last year. I couldn't believe. Yeah,
Okay. So
that
yeah,
was.
stuff like that where they basically every announcement of like which week they're playing which team, they had a
Yeah,
little jab, basically a little inside joke, kind of
yeah.
just making fun of the other team, rallying the fan base around the Chargers, bit by bit. So, anyways, you might have
I know
seen
there's
some
a
of
lot
those.
of fun ones, right? Yeah, there's some fun ones that people ought to
Yeah.
go out and see some of. Some are very creative
Well,
and
what's funny
hilarious.
is the only one I think Macy sent it to me, and she sent it to me, I think, thinking that I would like it, and I did. Anyways, the Jets, their schedule release video was like a paint mixing video, and so they had an artist who had little paint colors on a palette, and they would
Yeah.
perfectly scoop the right amount and then stir it up, and it would turn into the color of the team like that they were going to
Oh,
play
yeah,
against that week.
yeah.
Anyways, which I was like, great, that's satisfying. I thought it was fun. Anyways, I looked to the comments, and all the Jets fans were like, of course we'd have the most boring schedule release video. Of course it would be the worst. Anyways, all these Jets fans are so disillusioned and disenchanted right now. Not disillusioned, disenchanted.
They're everything.
Um,
Anything dis. That's what the Jets fans are.
so, but I thought that was pretty funny because I was like, ooh, a paint mixing video. But like, yeah, all
Yeah,
the
you would
football
like
fans
that.
were like, they hated
What
it.
the?
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it's a moment in the year where, yeah, you could either rally your fans around, get them hyped up in the off season, or lose them again, even just a little bit
Yeah,
more.
I'm
So
glad you
that was
brought that
kind
up.
of
So
fun.
we encourage everybody to start looking at some of them and then give us some feedback. And you and
Yeah.
I'll say, why don't we save till next week? We'll talk about
Our
the
favorites.
actual how people feel about with that too, but about
Oh,
how they feel about the schedule. Hardest,
right.
weakest. Let's save that. We'll do a little bit more
Let's do it.
homework and with the feedback. All right.
Okay. Great. Well, yeah, let's save that then. And I think that's it. So yeah, we covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time. Thank you guys for tuning in yet again. This is the dumbest. Oh, what was the tagline I was working on? The most dumbed down sports show around.
Dumb down. That's better than dumbest. I like dumb
Yeah,
down.
not
That's
dumbest.
fun.
Sorry. So yeah, this has been the most dumbed down sports show around. Come back next week for a juicier episode when we both have a little bit more time. Okay.
All right. Yep. You
Thanks,
be
Dad.
safe on Thursday. Coop's
Oh,
going
will do.
diving.
Woo!
Coop's going
Second big
diving
ocean dive. Yeah.
in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah,
Different
yeah,
world.
yeah. And La Jolla Cove. So if any scuba divers are out there, send a message of some of your
Yeah.
favorite dive spots.
Hopefully they'll get some
So-
good video you can send to us. All right,
So,
buddy.
oh, yeah.
Y'all have fun. Be
Okay.
careful.
Well,
Love
you
you.
too. Bye. Love you.
Bye, bud.
SportSense.